Hello everybody, welcome to the Unit 7 review for quadratic functions. So we're going to start with finding solutions. So that means x-intercepts. That's why this is equal to 0, because we are finding what x value is going to make this 0. On this one, I'm going to actually do completing the square just because I don't have a coefficient and my b term is even. So to start off completing the square, I'm going to move the 10 to the other side by addition. I'm going to leave a little space because I'm going to complete the square. So remember from our algebra tiles, this represents x squared, and then we have 4 x's. So to keep it square, I'm going to go 2 on each side because that's even, that's making a square shape. So this is a negative x, a negative x, a negative x, a negative x. How many to actually complete this square to fill it in? 4. So I'm going to add 4 on this side, add 4 on this side to keep it balanced. Now I'm going to factor. What's the length and the width of this square? What multiplies to 4 but adds to negative 4? And that, of course, would be negative 2 and negative 2. From multiplying, x times x is x squared. My outside's negative 2x. My inside's negative 2x. That's going to add to negative 4x. Then negative 2 times negative 2, positive 4. Since I have the same thing written twice, that's x minus 2 squared. I'm going to square root both sides so I can get x by itself. And then that gives me x minus 2 is equal to plus or minus whatever the square root of 14 is. So I'm going to go to my calculator. And to get the decimal for this, I will go square root 14 and press Control Enter. And that gives me about 3.7. So remember, 3.7 times 3.7 approximately would give me 14. And negative 3.7 times negative 3.7 would also give me 14. So that's why I have the plus or the minus, because a negative times a negative is a positive. So I have 2 problems to solve. I have x minus 2 equals positive 3.7, and I have x minus 2 is equal to negative 3.7. This side over here is going to give me 5.7 when I get x by itself by adding 2. And when I add 2 to this side, I'm going to get negative 1.7. Okay, on the next one, I'm not going to do completing the square because I have a leading coefficient, and that makes it a little more complicated. We're going to do it on another example coming up soon. But also my b value is actually an odd number, and that's never fun for completing the square because then it's hard to make a square when you can't do it evenly, 2 and 2, or something like that. So first things first, I have to get this into the standard form, moving that 11 to the other side and placing it in the middle because my A, my B, and my C need to be all lined up. Might as well do quadratic formula on this because I've got some crazy numbers here. So our quadratic formula is x equals negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Now this part underneath here is called the discriminant, and I'm going to put that into my calculator first. So I have negative 11 squared minus 4 times 3 times negative 4. Negative 11 squared, in parentheses, minus 4 times 3 times negative 4. And that's 169. So I have 11 plus or minus the square root of 169 over 6. The square root of 169 is 13, so I have 2 problems to solve. 11 plus 13 over 6, and 11 minus 13 over 6. Make sure you're doing that numerator first. So 11 plus 13 is 24. 24 divided by 6 is 4. And 11 minus 13 is negative 2. And negative 2 over 6 reduces to negative 1/3. There are my two x-intercepts. Okay, on the next one, really can do it. However, it really doesn't matter. I just want to do quadratic formula. Remember, bring this 3 over to the other side. So my A, my B, and my C. X equals negative B plus or minus the square root of B squared minus 4AC all over 2A. Okay, so in my calculator I have 2 squared minus 4 times 2 times 3. 2 squared minus 4 times 2 times 3. Look, negative 20. There's that negative discriminant. You cannot square root negative numbers. You can try. I'll show you. Square root negative 20. Oh, please. Square root negative 20. Non-neural calculation. Can't do it. Oops, oops, oops. No solution. So I want to graph this one, and I want to show you what it looks like. What this no solution would look like graphically. So I have 2x squared plus 2x plus 3. All right, go to my graph. 2x squared plus 2x plus 3. Do you see why it's no solution? Doesn't cross the x-axis. No x-intercepts. Okay, I think I can actually factor this one. This one's not bad. What do you multiply to get 9? 3 and 3. What do you multiply to get 4? 2 and 2. And actually, if I put negatives in here, watch how FOIL works. 3x times 3x, 9x squared. My outside's negative 6, my inside's negative 6, that makes negative 12. And then negative 2 times negative 2 is positive 4. Now, do you see how I have the same thing twice? Here's my zero product property. 3x minus 2 equals 0, and I actually have that twice. It's going to give me that same answer of 2/3. So I'm anticipating when I put this in the graph that I'm going to see it just come down and touch almost at 1, but not quite. So let's see if that happens. So it was 9x squared minus, was that a plus? Minus 12x plus 4. Oh, there we go. Pull it down here so you can see it a little bit. So let's look at the table. Let me get this work off of here real quick so you can see. Alright, so 1 is at 1, but 0 is at 4. So that's our y-intercept. Let me move this out of the way real quick. So see that plus 4 in the end? That means it's our y-intercept. And then at 1, it's already come down and back up by then. So Control T. Let's zoom in a little bit. Menu, window and zoom, zoom in. Now it's gone out to 1. So yeah, that's definitely at 3/4. Is that what it was? 3/4? 2/3? Something like that. Yeah, 2/3. Okay. All right. Match the letter to the description. So I need to graph all these so I can kind of see what's going on. 3x squared minus 2x plus 2, x squared minus 25, 2x squared plus 11x plus 12, and x squared plus 4x minus 5. So I'm going to get these onto the graph. 3x squared minus 2x plus 2. Okay, press tab to get another one up. X squared minus 25. Okay, press tab. 2x squared plus 11x plus 12. Okay, and last one is x squared plus 4x plus 5. Oh, no, minus 5. All right. Go back to normal. All right. Whew. Got a lot going on here. All right, well, I see that the blue one doesn't have any solutions because it's up here. And I see that everything else has 2 solutions and that this pink one, which is the x squared plus 4x minus 5, actually overlaps with the x squared minus 25. So they share something. So let's see if we can answer these questions. No solution. That was this one. That was D. Common root. Oh, now I forget. Let me go back. The red one and the pink one. Oh, no. It was this blue one that didn't have any solutions. The 3x squared one. Let me fix that. 3x squared one was the one that had no solutions. Okay, the common root was these 2. These were the ones that shared. 2 solutions, everything but A. So that was B and C and D. There's no solutions. All the other ones had 2. Okay, y-axis is the axis of symmetry. So which one could be folded right down the middle? Is it the blue one? No, the vertex isn't at 0 there. It's a little off-centered. Not the blue one, but definitely the red one. Okay, so we talked about this in class, why it's this red one. What is different about the equation of this one? No B value. It doesn't move up and down at all. Okay, I think I can squeeze this last one in, and then the rest will have to be in the next video. Okay, the following coordinate plane shows the graph of the quadratic. What is the vertex? So the vertex is the spot where you change from going up to going down, or from going down to going up. So that's the point 2, 3. Axis of symmetry always goes through the vertex. That's the line x equals 2. It's vertical. The x-intercepts look like maybe like 0.25 and maybe 1, 2, 3, 3.75, something like that. Oh, I got more time. Okay, next one. It limits me to 15 minutes, so I'm at 13:30 right now, so I can definitely find this vertex real quick. All right, the vertex is negative b over 2a. That gives you the x value. This is a, this is b, this is c. B's already negative, so positive 12 over 2 times a. 12 over 4 is 3. Then I'm going to plug in my 3. Okay, now of course you can use the calculator, but I'm just going to save time and do this in my head. So 3 squared is 9. 12 times 3 is 36. All right, so we have 18 minus 36 plus 6. 18 minus 36 is going to be negative 18, plus 6 is going to be negative 12. You can use the calculator, no big deal. So 3, negative 12. That would be my vertex. All right, check the second video for the rest.